Hi guys, today I'm going to talk to you about harbor seals. Excuse my voice, I'm pretty sick still, so I'm sorry if my voice gives out. Okay, so this is a really cute harbor seal picture that I found. Okay, so the scientific classification is pretty obvious. It's a part of the Animalia kingdom, and its species is called Phoca vitulina. I don't know if I pronounced it right, but I hope I did. And then there's 5 subspecies. They're basically just like where it's located near the ocean, like around the ocean. There's a lot of them, about 5 to 6 million of them worldwide, so they're not really endangered at all. Okay, so characteristics about them is they have unique pattern spots, like to each individual, and they can range from 3 different colors. The males are usually larger than the females, and like one thing about them that's pretty cool is that they have like a V-shaped nose, but they have no ears like other seals. They only have like a ear canal that's behind the eye, and their head is rounded. Their diet, they're carnivorous, as you can see in the picture there, that it's eating fish. And you may wonder how it gets water, but then they usually just get it from the things they eat, because, you know, the ocean, yada. And then, but if they don't get enough water, though, they'll be dehydrated, which isn't good, because they get injured easily, like just how humans are. And their common food is just crustaceans, mollusks, fish, and sometimes they'll even eat shrimp and octopus. And one cool thing too is that adult seals eat 5 to 6% of their own body weight every day. So you wonder, how do they eat? Well, they tear the food in chunks and they swallow it whole. They can dive for food, but they like eating on the shore, and they have these molar teeth that helps crush the shells of the stuff they eat, but they don't chew it. Oops. Okay, so how they move. They have a set of 4 flippers, like their front and like hind flippers. The hind ones are the ones that are used to help them swim around and move around, and they have claws in the front ones to help them groom or like sometimes, rarely, fight. And then on land, they're really funny. Like, they move like caterpillars, and then they can also dive pretty deep and stay there for quite a bit of time, but it depends on the size of the seal. So their senses, they have black and white shades for their eyes. They don't really have color vision because they don't really need it either, but like underwater, their vision's really, really good, and they can detect vibrations from like prey or predators with a special thing called vibrissae, and they don't usually smell things, but just to locate their lost baby. Okay, so what they use this type of thing called thermoregulation, and it's kind of a type of homeostasis, and they have a lot of layers of blubber that help them keep warm, and they have this benefit, which is where they allow the skin to be the same temperature as water, but then they can keep their core temperature stable. And how they reproduce is they sexually mate. I found this like another cute picture on the side there. They're like holding hands. And then they usually have 1 pup, but when they do have 2, the mother has to only take care of the healthier one, right, to make sure it survives. And the pups are pretty smart already when they come out, because they can swim. And they just stick with their mothers for about 4 to 6 weeks. And then they just, over time, they develop hunting skills, and then they're good to go. So they do this thing called hauling out. I like to say they're just having a big party, but then they just go on shore or land for a long time. But then they don't like to stick close to each other. As you can see in the picture, they're spread out, but when they do, they kind of just growl at each other, be like, yo, get out of my face. And then, yeah, that's about it. So here are some interesting facts. Males are larger, as I told you before, but they live not as long as females do, and they have a very short tail too, but they don't really use anything for it. And I'm pretty sure you've heard about seal hunting, but there's not really that many. There's laws that protect them, so they're not endangered. So here are my references, and I hope you learned something about harbor seals.